I'm going to start with a few instructions before I start guiding you into the relaxation practice, because I want you to start to have a little bit of an idea of where you might go with this. Because at a certain point, I'm going to invite you to meet and greet an area of discomfort. And I want you to be aware of this because you might initially not want to choose your greatest area of discomfort because you might run into resistance. So you might decide to pick a lesser intense place so that you can kind of get used to this idea of being with your pain in this very intimate and sensitive way. And if some of your more intense areas of pain, sort of psychologically, you might have resistance or frustration or anger about, so you might not want to go there until you're a little more prepared. Does that make sense for everyone? Any questions about that? Okay. So just get yourself in a comfortable position, sitting or lying, with as much support as you need. Let yourself just sink in, relax, close your eyes, and just begin following your breath in and out. Let your breath fill your chest, your abdomen, your whole trunk. And as we've done other times before, imagine that you're breathing the air in as if through the top of your head and down into your lower belly, and breathing out through the top of your head. Imagine that what you're breathing in is positive, nourishing, healing energy. And if the image works for you, it could be healing energy from God or Spirit or some loving force that surrounds us. And as you breathe it in, you have this background of gratitude and appreciation for this abundant source of support and love, healing, care, compassion, all that is good surrounds you and fills you, washes through you. And then bring your attention to one of your areas of discomfort or pain. And like I said earlier, you might not choose the most intense area, but then again you might, especially if this isn't the first time you're listening to this recording. And specifically breathe in that loving energy into that area of discomfort. Let it swirl around and breathe it out. And as you breathe in and out, letting that energy surround and infiltrate your area of pain, begin to pay attention to the size and the shape of that area inside of yourself. Is it solid? Maybe it's shadowy or diffuse. Does it have a shape? Maybe it's a little misshapen. Maybe you notice that there's parts of it that seem more solid or maybe darker somehow than other parts of it. The center might be different than the edges. Notice if there's a color or a mixture of colors. Is there a sense of a temperature, a light or cool or warm, heavy? Is there any quality there? Maybe it feels like knots, or a tingling, or a vibration, or like waves or water. Let's give it as much of a distinction of its own as possible. And as you learn to become more and more familiar with this area, remember that you're also being supported by your breath, by this larger, more compassionate, healing energy that's outside of you and inside of you and is always available. And then focusing on this area, imagine as if it has a voice, something to say. And it actually is here to teach you, not to punish you. Maybe it's frightened. Maybe it's weary or tired, or heavy, or scared. Get to know what are the feelings in this area. And you might even ask, what can you tell me? What do you have, that part of you that's in discomfort? What does it have to share with you? If it could help you understand something, what would it want you to know? And just listen quietly. Maybe the first thing that you think you hear doesn't make sense. And just sit with it. Maybe there's more about that. Tell me more about that. What can I learn about that? And you can ask it, how can I help you? What can I do to help you? How can I be more supportive? How can I take care of you better? You can ask it, how can you help me? Why are you here, and how can the presence of this discomfort that you may have spent a bit of time and effort resisting and avoiding, but now you're having tea together, and you're really interested. How can you help me? And how can I help you? How can we form a partnership? You notice that your mind wanders. Just come back. Come back to your breath. Come back to the grace. Refocus. Reattend. Normal and natural for the mind to wander, to get confused, to resist, to get scared. All of those things that it does. And just coming back to that same area that you've been attending to, as if you're holding it. You're holding it with your compassionate attention, probably for the first time. You're caring for it. You're listening. You're not judging or resisting. And if it's told you everything that it can, when the time is right, say thank you. Thank you for being a part of me. Thank you for teaching me. Maybe thank you for helping me stay open in the future for what I can continue to learn. Because sometimes we ask these questions and we don't always hear the answers right away. So throughout the day and the week, every once in a while you just drop into the question, how can you help and teach me? How can I help care for you? Thank you. Thank you for being my teacher, for being willing to help me grow and learn and become a better human being. And just a few last cleansing breaths in and out, feeling not just this region of pain and discomfort, but all of you. Filling you full, being grateful, oh so grateful for bathing in this healing energy, breathing it out, sharing it with the world. Slowly taking your time, coming back into the room, maybe wiggling your toes, your feet and ankles, your fingers, opening and closing your hands, moving your jaw around, turning your head a bit. And in no specific time, whenever you're ready, softly opening your eyes. And just gently coming back into the room. Eventually, just kind of standing up, moving around. And if you have a journal or a piece of paper, taking a few minutes to write down some insights. What came to you? Thank you.